Good morning, it's Rick Nusky here, and I've had a bit of a haircut since last time we here, and I've had a bit of a haircut since last time we spoke. So, yeah, it's the same old me, just look a little bit different. Today, I want to do a bit of a review and give you some insight into a piece of software called Gravity Forms. Now, Gravity Forms is a very well known platform for creating online forms, quizzes, getting digital signatures and various other add-ons. Now, this is essentially a WordPress plug-in based software where you can add additional modules. We have the developer module, which we're going to look at today. So if you were to visit Gravity Forms, which is at gravityforms.com, you'll find there are a base option of about $39 that you can get, but be mindful that that particular version doesn't come with all that many features, so it's very limited. We have the developer version in My Future Business, and that allows us to use Gravity Forms across multiple websites, and we have access to essentially the entire suite of plugins for that piece of software. Now, on their site, if you go to demo.gravityforms.com, you come to this page where it talks about the test drive Gravity Forms. Now, you can go into any one of these. Let's use build a pizza form, for example. So if you go down the page here, you can put your own logos in, whatever you really want to do. Type in your name, all the cells, you can have phone numbers, drop downs. It's completely customizable, and that's really the fantastic part about this software, because there are essentially no limitations. Now, it also can integrate with Stripe as a payment processor, and that's what we use, and I believe it last time I looked can link to PayPal as well. So there are a number of different options in terms of providing your website has HTTPS, is SSL secure, and that essentially means that it's a safe site to transact and take credit card information. You'll actually be able to set up your own payment details on your form. So in this case, they're looking at a build a pizza example, and it's got what's called conditional formatting, meaning that if you set up the page such that if you click one response or one answer, a possible answer, it'll show or reveal or hide another set of questions or options based on the response that you provide, which is completely customizable, very powerful, and gives the end user a really good experience without overloading just a whole heap of information on the page, which I find very useful. Especially, recently we did a form on a website for a mortgage broker, and for a person to go through that process, and they may have 3 rental properties looking to expand their home. They need to tell them how many rooms they have, or how many garages, and so you can just imagine how many questions can possibly come from this single application. So the ability to hide those and open those depending on how you respond is amazingly powerful, and it keeps the person on track without becoming overwhelmed. So coming back to this example, we're building a pizza essentially, which is pretty cool. You can add additional instructions, human checks using the reCAPTCHA software. It's all inside here. You can go as far if you have a custom coding person to change the CSS for the look and the feel of the form. Now, for our purposes, we don't necessarily use this, but if you have a particular need for a style, that certainly is an option for you. Now, I just want to show you an example of just one of ours. We're using it for quizzes, we're using it for applications, we're using it for, excluding people from memberships. We're using it for really all of our business. Now, one of the most powerful things about this is once you've set up this form, whatever form it is, depending on what sort of questions you're asking, you can make it such that it automatically redirects to a page or a website or wherever you want it to go immediately after the person presses the submit button or send it now button or whatever it is to complete your form submission process. That's really, really powerful, especially if you want to make an offer from somewhere like Google AdSense, but you don't really want to be grabbing their Google AdWords or wherever you're marketing from, wherever you're doing your PPC. You don't want to really send them to a landing page and ask for their opt-in. It's too early in the relationship, so you might just ask them, use a quiz approach, which is highly recommended, to just sort of say, in our instance, how can we help you build a better business? What are the pain points in your business? And this could be like a 2-3 page quiz. And in this case, this is actually our 60-second business builder quiz. So they will answer this, and at the end of it, they'll be taken to an offer page. So there's really nothing you can't do with this, and a massively powerful thing here. If you're using email autoresponders that have API connections and integrations. And the great part about this is that you can format the form any way you like, which is particularly useful if you want to open new pages, or if you want to give it the impression that it's opening new pages. And you do that by using this paging options, the start of the page, so it'll only see this question, and the end of that page, so it flips over to this question, and so on and so forth down the line. Now over here, depending on the package that you have, whether or not you buy a standard package or you upgrade, you'll get a number of standard fields, radio buttons as opposed to check boxes. Here's the page break that does this, for example. So advanced here. Quiz, for example, is the one that you'd have to purchase as a developer, and certain ones you can't get access to if you don't have the right package. Now, this signature one's pretty powerful. Again, it's a developer model level thing, and what it is gives you the ability to have people sign online, which can be very useful if you are setting up contract documents or you need somebody to sign. Let me just provide a very basic example of how this works, because I think this is pretty cool if you're trying to improve your conversions, but you need signatures to finalize. You need to finalize a contract or a signature, an agreement through a signature. This is the way for you to go. I know that other products have this, and I was pretty excited when I found it. So let's just do a preview. And really, this is just you looking at it. It's not live or anything like that. You can do pretty much anything you like with it. So you can see here, if I grab a pen, I can put my name there and I can sign it. And that signature, when it comes through to your email, actually gets sent to you, and you can see it. So if somebody's had to physically grab a pen, or if they had a touch screen, they have to scribble it with their finger. So pretty powerful. Now if you're wondering what sort of form you should use to do this sort of work, I'd suggest having a look at Gravity Forms. A little more expensive obviously than other options, but I'd say pound for pound, this punches well above its weight in terms of its abilities, and I strongly recommend that you have a look at it. If you got the quiz module, you can see here who's answering what are they saying, and all these insights really help you to target your message, target your promotions, and just basically target what you're doing inside your business. In the settings area, although I won't go too much into detail, I'll show you just a very quick snippet of what's going on in the background. This is where you set up all your email auto response emails, where you want the layouts to be, if you have conditional formatting, spam filters, confirmation. So the confirmation section is, thank you for completing the quiz, and you can set up just a basic send to the person completing the form, or to both yourself as the admin as well as that person, which I find useful. because you can immediately start to market to them using the inbuilt email response system. The notifications, that tells you where to send all of the information. And the quiz is the quiz builder we've just looked at. Stripe is your payment details, and Zapier is the really powerful, especially if you have your email marketing configured. So if somebody fills out your form, you can create zaps to send it to Google Docs, spreadsheets, or to another tool, another software tool that you use in your business. Now Zapier is just amazing. I'm going to do a review on them at a later date because we also use those as part of our business. So I hope you find this video useful. It's a little longer. I could spend hours showing you more and more about this, and I'd love to, but I think it's just easier for you to go and have a look at Gravity Forms. If you go to gravityforms.com and get involved, have a look, and if you have any questions, get back to me. I'll be happy to answer them.